Some women feel attracted to men even when they don't say anything. Most men don't see it, though. Have you thought about it? Have you ever been with a woman who acts a little differently when you're close? Maybe it's the way she looks at you when she thinks you won't notice. Maybe it's the way her energy changes subtly, how she lingers just a second longer in conversation, or how she always ends up next to you without making it clear. It's easy to miss. Most guys think she's just being friendly and nice, so they just chalk it up to chance. But here's what they don't know. Attraction always goes away. Helpful hints: a woman who's secretly into you won't always say it outright. She won't just text you, "Hey, I like you," or walk up and make it obvious. Instead, she'll express it in ways that are subtle, subconscious, and sometimes completely unintentional. And the men who understand these signals, they never miss an opportunity, because the truth is, she's not just AC in this way around everyone. She's not giving everyone those little glances, that extra second of eye contact, or those seemingly random moments of attention. It's specific, it's calculated, even when she doesn't realize she's doing it. Most guys think attraction is about what's said out loud, but the reality is about what's left unsaid. And once you start noticing these hidden signs, you'll begin to see them everywhere. You'll recognize when a woman is secretly drawn to you without her ever having to say a word. So if you've ever wondered, is she into me, or am I imagining things, this is for you. Because today, we're breaking down 3 hidden signs. A woman is secretly attracted to you, and once you know these, you'll never a second guess again. But before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to Stoic Stream for more insights on attraction, confidence, and social dynamics. If you like this movie, please click the like button and leave a comment below. Have you ever seen a woman giving you these signs? Let's talk about it now. Sign number 1. She is very aware that you are there. Attraction isn't always loud, like flirting, compliments, or big moves. More often than not, it's subtle, like the way a woman reacts to you even when she's not talking. One of the biggest hidden signs that a woman is secretly attracted to you is that she becomes hyper-aware of your presence. What does that mean? It means that as soon as you walk into the room, she notices you right away, even if she tries to act cool. A woman who is interested in you is tuned in to you in a way that she can't fully control, even if she's talking to someone else. You'll see a quick flicker of recognition when you walk in. She might glance over for a second, but it's not just the look, it's how often she does it. Ever felt like someone was checking on you without actually coming over? That's this sign in action. She'll steal glances. Subconsciously, follow your movements. Even if she quickly looks away, she still knows exactly where you are in the room. When a woman is interested in you, her body starts to respond without her even realizing it. She may straighten her back when you come close, as if she wants to look her best, change her clothes, touch her hair, or look in the mirror. All the subconscious things women do to look their best around someone they like are directed at you. If her feet, shoulders, or whole body keep pointing in your direction, even when she's talking to someone else, that's a huge subconscious message that she wants to look good around you. Have you ever noticed how someone's personality changes when you walk into the room? That's because your presence affects her. If she was laughing out loud with friends, she might suddenly become quieter and more aware. If she was quiet before, she might suddenly become more engaged and expressive. This happens because your presence matters to her. She's creating a reaction even if she's not saying a word to you. Mirroring is one of the most obvious psychological signs of attraction. When we're interested in someone, we unconsciously copy their body language, energy, and even speech patterns. For example, if you lean on the table and she does the same a few seconds later, that's mirroring. If you speak more slowly and she does the same, that's another sign. This kind of synchronization doesn't happen with just anyone. It's a subconscious way of getting closer. She ends up next to you by accident. Have you ever noticed that a certain woman is always near you, even if you didn't walk over to her? Maybe she chooses a seat next to you, hangs out nearby at social events, or just happens to be in the same area over and over. It's not a coincidence. What this means: if a woman is secretly interested in you, she will naturally move closer to you. She might not make it clear, but if you pay attention, you'll see that she always finds subtle ways to get closer to you. Most men focus on what a woman says, but the truth is, her body and behavior will reveal more than her words ever will. If she's hyper-aware of your presence, adjusting herself around you, mirroring your energy, and positioning herself closer, she's giving off strong attraction signals. And the key, noticing the patterns. If she does this once, it could be a coincidence, but if you see this happening again and again, she's definitely feeling something for you. Now that you know this first sign, let's move on to sign number 2, because the next one is even harder for her to hide. Sign number 2, she finds ways to be in your orbit. Attraction isn't always about the words. Someone says it's about where they place themselves in relation to you. A woman who is secretly drawn to you will find ways to be in your orbit again and again. Even if she never directly confesses her feelings, her actions will expose what she won't say out loud. Think about it. Have you ever noticed that a woman seems to be near you more often than it seems natural? Maybe she always sits next to you, stands next to you in a group, or stays with you a little longer than she needs to. These aren't just random events that she's noticing. Reasons to stay close to you, because she's always around. Attraction works in strange ways. When a woman is interested, her subconscious mind starts pulling her toward you. It might not even be intentional, but somehow she's always there. You go to a social gathering and she just happens to choose the seat next to you at work. She ends up on the same side of the room as you during meetings, even when she could have sat anywhere. If you're at the gym, she seems to use the equipment near you more often than makes sense. If it's a party, she might not come straight up to you, but she'll position herself nearby, interacting with others while keeping you within her peripheral vision. These aren't accidents. She's orbiting you. She changes her routine to match yours. When a woman is secretly attracted to you, she might start showing up in places she never used to frequent, especially if she knows that's where you'll be. If you usually grab coffee at a certain spot, suddenly she's there too. If you take the same lunch break every day, she just so happens to start taking hers around the same time. If you go to the gym in the evenings, guess who suddenly starts working out in the evening instead of the morning? She may try to make it seem natural. But once you start noticing in how often she appears in your usual spaces, it becomes clear she's aligning her schedule with yours. She uses accidental touch points to cross paths with you. Sometimes she won't just appear in your orbit. She'll create little moments to interact with you. She might ask you a casual question that she easily could have Googled just to spark a conversation. She could accidentally bump into you in a hallway or public space, then flash an apologetic smile. She might even playfully tease you or find a reason to give you a light touch on the arm or shoulder. All of these are subtle ways of breaking the physical and emotional barrier while keeping things low risk for her. She finds excuses to stick around, pay attention to the moments after a conversation seems like it should naturally end. Does she linger a little longer? Does she hesitate before walking away? It may be she adds just one more comment, laughs a little extra, or finds another small reason to extend the interaction that's her, not one wanting to leave your presence. She may not be able to say, "I don't want this conversation to end," but her body language will say it for her. She gets involved in the same activities as you if you're passionate about something, whether it's a sport, a hobby, or a regular event. Watch for signs that she suddenly takes an interest in it too. If you're into a specific TV show, she might mention that she just started watching it. If you play a certain sport, she might lightly say that she wants to try it too. If you go to a certain networking event, she suddenly wants to go to 2 of them. These little changes aren't happening by accident. She's actively integrating herself into your life. If a woman isn't interested, she won't go out of her way to make her life fit with yours. She won't keep ending up in your space or finding subtle ways to extend interactions. But if she's secretly interested in you, she'll make sure she's close enough for something to happen without making it too obvious. If you start to notice these patterns, you're already on her radar. Now let's move on to sign number 3, which is almost impossible for her to hide. Third sign, her energy changes around you. Attraction isn't just in what someone says, it's in how they feel when they're around you. A woman who is secretly attracted to you won't always put her feelings into words, but her energy will shift in noticeable ways. Whenever you're near, maybe she suddenly becomes more playful, more engaged, or more nervous. Maybe she gets quieter, more fidgety, or even extra confident. The key thing to understand is this: her emotional state reacts to your presence. She isn't like this around everyone, it's specific to you. She lights up when she sees you. One of the clearest signs of attraction is a sudden energy boost the moment you enter the scene. If you walk into a room and her face instantly brightens, that's not by accident. If she was having a dull or neutral conversation before, but suddenly becomes more animated when you join in, that's a sign. If she wasn't paying much attention to her surroundings, but now she's fully tuned into you, something is going on beneath the surface. When a woman is attracted to you, her energy naturally rises when she's around you. It's like a subconscious excitement that she can't fully control. She gets playful and teasing. Some women, if she's feeling relaxed, she might start challenging you in a fun way, joking around or even making fun of you. For example, if you say something, she might repeat it back to you with an MK to make fun of it. If you say something, she might disagree with you in a playful way to start a fun argument. She might make fun of you more than other people when you're out with a group. This is her way of getting to know you better on a more personal level. When you tease someone, it creates tension of the chemistry type, and she might get nervous or fidgety. On the other hand, not all women react with confidence. Some get visibly nervous around someone they're secretly attracted to. They might fidget with their hands, jewelry, or hair, or they might start adjusting their posture as if they're hyper-aware of how they look. If she's holding something like a pen or a glass phone, she might play with it while you talk. This nervous energy is because your presence is affecting her. She might be trying to stay calm, but her body is showing how excited she is. She starts to match your mood and energy. Have you ever noticed that when you're calm, she seems calmer too? And when you're excited about something, she suddenly matches your excitement? This is called emotional mirroring, and it's a strong subconscious sign of connection. If you're passionate about something, she leans in and gets equally interested. If you're laughing, she laughs too, even if what you said wasn't that funny. She lowers her voice to match your tone. She's not trying to be more shy or reserved, but her subconscious is trying to connect with you. Not all women will become more outgoing around you. Some women react to attraction by becoming quieter and more reserved. If she was talking a lot before you arrived but now seems a little shy, she's feeling something. If she's suddenly more careful with her words, it's because she doesn't want to say the wrong thing in front of you. If she usually has strong opinions but becomes a bit softer or more agreeable around you, she might be trying to align herself with you. This kind of behavior happens when a woman is attracted but doesn't want to make it clear. She has a hard time leaving the conversation. Pay attention to how your conversations end. If a woman is secretly interested in you, She won't want the moment to end. If the talk is about to end, she might add something to keep it going. If you're about to leave, she might stay for just one more second, as if hoping you'll say something to keep her there. If she's with a group, she might wait until the very end to leave. If you're still there, a woman who isn't interested will keep things short and polite, but a woman who is drawn to you will find subtle ways to make the moment last. Why is this important? A woman may not always be able to put her feelings into words, but her energy will always show you the truth if it lights up when your near gets playful or nervous or reflects your feelings. If she lingers in talks and looks for reasons to stay around, it means she's interested in you. Once you start noticing these changes in her energy, you'll start noticing them everywhere. The main point, what this really means. Attraction isn't just words, it's also energy, patterns, and unconscious cues. If a woman is quietly interested in you, she might not say it out loud, but her actions will reveal everything. Today we talked about 3 hidden signs that show when a woman can't help but be affected by your presence. If she's constantly looking for ways to be near you, or if her energy changes as soon as you walk into the room, those aren't coincidences. So what should you do with this information? First, pay attention. Many men miss the subtle signals women give because they think interest has to be loud. But attraction isn't always loud. It often hides in the little things like the extra second of eye contact, the way she mirrors your body language, or the way she lingers when she doesn't have to. Second, don't just brush these patterns off. Instead, test the waters and see how she reacts when you hold eye contact for a little longer. Notice if she responds positively when you start a conversation. Being confident doesn't mean assuming every woman likes you. It means knowing when one does and acting on it. Lastly, remember that attraction is strong, but it's not the basis of a strong connection if you want to build something important. Focus on compatibility as well as chemistry. The real magic isn't in who's attracted to you, it's in who fits with you. Now, the next time you're with a woman and notice these hidden signs, you'll know exactly what they mean. If you like this breakdown, don't forget to like the video, leave a comment below, and subscribe. Sign up for Stoic Stream to get more tips on how to master yourself and draw people. Until next time, keep your mind sharp, your confidence high, and your cool.